Hello everyone, my name is Roshni Tavan Nair. Today I'm going to explain about program 1 in lab 5. First of all, we need to declare all of the variable which is needed for the program before we start to do a program. So there are 2 input and 4 output variable with data type byte here, and then the remaining variables data type is double word. In the main program, for the beginning of the program, we need to use the clear screen variable to clear the screen. Here, the address of input 1 is stored to edx. Call write string is used to display the input 1, which is enter a side value of hexagon 1. Call read decimal is used to read 32-bit unsigned integer, which is entered by the user. For example, as a user, I enter the value 5 here. So the read decimal will read the value 5, which is entered by me. And then the EAX value, which is 5, is stored to site x1. Same goes here. The address of input 2 is stored at edx. Call write string is used to read the input to display the input 2, which is enter a side value for hexagon. And then the read decimal will read the value entered by the user. So as a user, I enter the value 4 here. So the read decimal will read the value 4. And then EAX value, which is 4, is moved to side x2. And then the output 1 is moved to edx. Call write string will display the output 1, which is parameter for hexagon 1 with site equals, and then the site x1, which is input by the user just now, will store again in EAX for the calculation later. And then call write integer will show again the signed integer entered by the user. Before this, the value was 5. After we call write integer, the value become positive 5. And then the address of output 3 is moved to edx. Call write string will display the output 3, which is. And then site x1 is moved to EAX. We set the number of loop as 5. In loop 1, the value of site x1 is add to EAX. The process will repeat for 5 times. It means the loop is take place for 5 times. Then we will get the total value for site x1. So we have to move the sum we get throughout the loop to the variable parameter hexagon 1. And then write integer will display the signed integer of sum, which is positive 30 here. And then we need to call CRLF, which is control F. Then we move the address of output 2 to edx. Call write string will display the output 2, which is parameter for hexagon 2 with site equals. And then the value of site x2 is moved to EAX, which is entered by the user. And then call write integer will display the signed integer, which is positive 4 here. Before this, the value was 4. After we call the write integer, it will become positive 4. And then we store the address of output 3 to edx. Call write string will display the output 3, which is here. And then site x2 value is moved to EAX. We set the number of loop as 5 here. The loop 2 is same as loop 1. The value of site x2 is add to EAX. The loop take place for 5 times. And then we will get the total value for site x2. We move the sum to variable of parameter hexagon 2. And then the call write integer display the signed integer of the sum for site x2, which is positive 24. And then we call control F to move to the next line. Okay, after that, the address of output 4 is moved to edx. Call write string will display the output 4, which is the total parameter equals. And then the parameter hexagon 1 is assigned to EAX. After that, the parameter underscore hexagon 2 is add to EAX. It means EAX is equals to parameter underscore hexagon 1 plus parameter underscore hexagon 2. So from here, we will get the total parameter for hexagon 1 and hexagon 2. And then we move EAX, which contain the total parameter, to the variable total parameter here. And then call write integer will display the total parameter, which is positive 54 here. And then we call control F to move to the next line. This one is the extra challenge which is given in the task. So we assign 2000 to EAX. It means this shows the time of delay to appear the output, which is 2 seconds, and then call delay is appear the delay output. So I can show the process. First, I need to enter the value for hexagon 1 and then for hexagon 2. So you can see it takes a few seconds to appear the output.
Hi, so now I'm going to explain program 2 of lab 5. So firstly, these are the declaration of the variables. Line M1 until line M5 are in bytes, which line M1 means line multiplication 1 and so on. And the other variables are in double word. Line M1 and line M2 are for the inputs, while 3, 4, and 5 are for the outputs. Moving on to the main program, over here we store the address of line M1 into the EDX register and then call write string over here so that the assembler will go to the EDX register and start writing the sentence of line M1. Okay, like this. So line M1 over here, I set the variables to display this sentence. Please enter the multiplicand 1 to 9. And then call read decimal over here to read the 32 bits unsigned integer which entered by user as the input. So for example, I entered 5. Okay, and then the value is kept in EAX register, which then stored in MC, which is multiplicand. And same process goes to line M2, but the value enter, okay, I enter 3. Okay, the value of 3 entered by me will kept in EAX register and then stored into MP, which means multiplier. And then for line M3, we call the write string to write the sentence of line M3 over here, the multiplication of, like this, the multiplication of, and then we call the write decimal to write the EX value stored in MC just now. Okay, the 5 I entered just now. And then we call line M5 is the operator of multiplication, and write decimal for the value of multiplier, which I entered 3. Lastly, for line M4 is to display the product for 2 digits, and the sentence goes by the product is. It is called by the write string over here, and the value of the MC, the multiplicand, will be multiplied with multiplier by the mul operator, and display the answer under the write decimal instruction over here. And it goes by like this. All right, for the extra challenge, I've added a few more variables which are also in bytes. So question 1 is asking user whether wants to continue to perform this program or not. Question 2, asking user whether to perform multiplication or division. And question 3 is for thank you. While line D1, which stands for line division 1, line division 1 and line division 2 are for the input for this division process, while the others, line 3, 4, 5, and 6, are the outputs for the process. And the other variables are remain double word. So basically, the process for the division is the same for the multiplication, but I will explain this function first, the continue and next function, which refer to these 3 lines, these 3 questions. Okay, so for continue, as multiplication, the address of question 1 will be stored in the EDX register, which then called by the write string to display the sentence. Do you want to continue? 1 for yes or 2 for no. And then, okay, read decimal will read the 32 bits of unsigned integer entered by user. So I entered 1 here. And then if I enter 1, it will go to next function, this next function. Same with others. Question 2 will, the sentence of the address of the variable in question 2 will be called by write string. And then it will display, do you want to perform multiplication or division? 1 for multiplication and 2 for division. And read integer will read the integer I enter. So let's say I enter 1 over here and it will perform multiplication operation. All right. And then, okay, if we enter yes. Okay, so now we want to go to, if user enter 2 here, at this, do you want to continue? If user enter 2, the program will jump in, the program will jump to stop over here to terminate the program. But now we will look at to the division program. So I enter 2 here to perform the division. All right. Okay, so for the division, as usual, the address of line D1, which start in EDX register, will be called by write string. To write the sentence, please enter a dividend 1 to 100. And read decimal will read the 32 bits of unsigned integer entered by user. So I entered over here 99. The value of 99 will kept in EAX register, and which then stored in dividend variable. Next, for line 2, it will display this sentence. Please enter a divisor 1 to 9. Okay, same goes to this. I'll enter 9. Okay, we go to line 3. Line 3 is the division of. Okay, so yeah, the division of over here. Okay, so for this one, the sentence of division of in line 3 will be called by write string, and then the value in EAX, which is in the dividend just now, will be written by the write decimal instructor here, the 99 value here. And then line 4 is this operator, the division operator. And then write decimal, this write decimal will write the divisor value, which stored in EAX register just now. And then the values which stored in dividend and divisor will be divided by the division operator, which then the division of two values will be kept will be stored in the quotient by the EDX register. And then for line 5, which it goes by the quotient is, the sentence is written by the instruction write string over here, and the value 11 is written by the write decimal instruction. This is the value get from the quotient over here. And then for line 6, the remainder is to determine whether this division process has remainder or not. If there is remainder, it will the remainder will be written over here. But now, since there is no remainder, so it will remain as 0. Okay, now let's see for another division process with remainder. Oh. Okay, I enter 89, 4. Okay, so we see over here the remainder of 89 divided by 4 is 1. Okay, then do you want to continue? If I enter 2, the question 3, okay, this line, question 3 line will be displayed. As I mentioned before, it will terminate the program completely. So this is the stop function which terminate the program just now. So that's all for program 2 in the slab 5.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hilmi Azfar bin Rosli. I will present question number 3. For the data, I declare string variable for integer, total odd, and total even. For this question, I need to declare 6 array for hello, total 1 for total odd, and total 2 is for total even. First, we need to insert the value for the first array. For the example, we put 32 as the integer. Then, move hello EEX will save the integer into the variable hello. Call Ctrl F is to add a new line. Next, we insert the value for the second array. For the example, we put 65 as the integer. Then, move hello plus 4 EAX will save the integer into the variable hello plus 4. Next, we insert the value for the third array. For the example, we put the number 77 as the integer. Then, the move hello plus 8 EAX will save the integer into the variable hello plus 8. Next, we insert the value for the fourth array, and for the example, we put 89 as the integer. Then, move hello plus 12 with EAX will save the integer into the variable hello plus 12. Next, we insert value for the fifth array. For the example, we put 77 as the integer. Then, move hello plus 16 EAX will save the integer into variable 16. And the last, we input the value for the sixth array. For the example, we put 54 as the integer. Then, move hello plus 12, move hello plus 20, EAX will save the integer into the variable hello 20. This is to do a loop 3 times for this question. L1 for do a loop for total odd, which is the array that will be count is hello 0, hello 8, and hello 16. L2 will do a loop for total even, which is the array that will be count is hello 4, hello 12, and hello 20. Call write string to display variable in string 2, which is the total odd, and this is for the string 3 that display the total even. For this program, we need to insert the 6th integer. So for the first integer, we put 32. For the second integer, which is for the second array, which is 65. Enter integer for third array, 77. Enter integer for fourth array, 89. Enter integer for fifth array, 40. And the last, enter integer for the sixth array is 54. The total odd is 123, and the total even is 208. And I think that's all from me, and thank you.